To honor the day I was born, my father named me Snow White.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the films that crashed and burned despite their noble intentions.
Who's in the mood to save New York City? Woo!
Number 10, Men in Black International. When you hear Men in Black, you think slick action, well-designed aliens, and plenty of laughs.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
So when the fourth installment was released, we certainly didn't expect what we got. No Will Smith, no Tommy Lee Jones, and a healthy dose of representation and diversity.
Welcome, Agent M. Please report to new agent orientation.
Audiences were hardly impressed with this addition to the franchise. In fact, certain critics considered the film a cheap attempt to modernize the series, and the movie offered little else as far as story or humor.
Sorry, he's just so yummy.
Who is he?
If you're a big fan of the original films, you may want to sit this one out. Number 9, Charlie's Angels. The early 2000s Angels movies were generally well received, but certain scenes haven't aged well, with some feeling they cater to what's known as the male gaze. Meanwhile, the 2019 reboot, directed by Elizabeth Banks, endeavored to portray the Angels in a more empowered light.
We know about a lot of things. That you graduated top of your class at MIT, that you take Krav Maga on Sundays, you ride your bike to work, you think yellow is one of your colors when in fact it's no one's.
But upon its release, the new installment struggled at the box office and received lackluster reviews. Banks later expressed frustration with the marketing, saying it framed the movie as a feminist manifesto. Then again, Banks herself had previously described it as having sneaky feminist ideas.
Are you doing like a joke thing for the handsome nerd?
Of course not.
These mixed signals didn't help, and audiences largely considered the reboot unnecessary and unwelcome. Number 8, The Marvels. If you're a die-hard MCU lover, there's a chance you shudder at the very name of this flick. Released in November 2023, The Marvels aimed to unite Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, Teyonah Parris' Monica Rambeau, and Iman Vellani's Miss Marvel in a cosmic adventure.
Professor Marvel.
Oh, Professor Marvel.
No, she will not. But thank you.
The Marvels.
In spite of these high expectations, the movie grossed only $206 million worldwide, making it the lowest-grossing MCU movie to date.
I'm really sorry for the way I spoke to you.
Critics and audiences alike felt the plot was convoluted, and some perceived the film's overt feminist themes as pandering. This combination led to an underwhelming performance and left viewers questioning the franchise's next move.
Let's fly this thing.
I actually don't have the key. I'm just looking after it.
Number 7, The Hustle. This comedy starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson was meant to be a fresh take on the 1988 film Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Why are women better suited to the con than men?
Because we're used to faking it.
But whereas the classic with Steve Martin and Michael Caine was praised for its charm and cleverness, The Hustle's reception was overwhelmingly negative.
It sounds like a party. Yeah, how much?
How about your net worth?
Despite a modest box office return of $97.4 million against a $21 million budget, the movie was panned for its uninspired humor and lack of chemistry between leads.
Are there many women in your industry? Sisters in arms, as it were?
Well, not at my level, no.
Perhaps we'll live to see Hollywood absorb this word of advice. If you're going to do a gender swap, at least do it well. Number 6, What Men Want. Where Nancy Meyers' 2000 film What Women Want explored the thoughts of women from a male perspective, Adam Shankman's 2019 remake reverses this concept.
You know what's weird about this? When people hear voices, it's usually God or Satan, not their assistant.
The movie follows a sports agent, played by Taraji P. Henson, who gains the ability to hear men's thoughts, leading her to use this newfound power for both career and personal gain. While the idea had potential, What Men Want was criticized for its heavy-handed approach to gender dynamics, which some felt overshadowed the humor and storytelling.
What are you mumbling about?
I am thinking about my favorite dessert so that you can't hear my actual thoughts.
The film performed decently at the box office, but failed to leave a lasting impact, with many considering it a forgettable attempt at woke comedy. Number 5, Tomb Raider. When this video game-based series returned to the big screen in 2018, the goal was to give Lara Croft a modern, grounded makeover.
What were you up to?
Gone were the exaggerated male gaze aesthetics of the early 2000s films. This reboot, starring Alicia Vikander, sought to present a more realistic and capable heroine.
Well, then I need to talk to him.
You and 100 other people he owes money.
Where is he?
Although some praised the attempt to move away from Laura's over-sexualized image, others felt the film leaned too heavily into gritty realism at the expense of depth. Despite Vikander's committed performance, Tomb Raider received mixed reviews and modest box office results.
Something doesn't add up. She's not a monster in any of these paintings.
Reported plans for a sequel stalled, and the reboot ultimately failed to revive the franchise as hoped. Number 4. Terminator Dark Fate. This 2019 installment to James Cameron's franchise was meant to rejuvenate the series, but instead, the film only served to terminate its continuation.
Is that true?
Yes. But I'm not what you think I am.
Intended as a direct sequel to the original 2 movies, Dark Fate underwhelmed both critics and audiences, some of whom believed it sidelined legacy characters and overemphasized its themes.
Nice family. Is she a Terminator too? That's your little Terminator kid?
What's more, it was among the biggest box office bombs of all time, leading to estimated losses of around $122.6 million. Cameron had envisioned Dark Fate as the beginning of a new trilogy, but the film's failure resulted in the cancellation of these plans. This time, chances are, he won't be back.
My past has caught up with me. And I won't be back.
Number 3. Snow White. Bet you didn't expect to see this one here.
I was thinking the same thing.
Many Disney fans aren't thrilled with the live-action remakes of recent years. We're looking at you, Mulan. But seriously, has any movie in history been more vehemently disliked before even hitting theaters?
This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
You were saying?
2025 Snow White was mired in controversy from the start, beginning with the casting of a non-white actress as a character, described as having skin white as snow. It didn't take long for audiences to point out a slew of additional issues with the movie's plot, effects, and deviations from its source material.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
In fact, Snow White's IMDb rating tanked due to review bombing, prompting a disclaimer about unusual voting activity. Certainly not a contender for fairest of them all.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Number 2. Wonder Woman 1984. Because Patty Jenkins' 2017 blockbuster was met with thunderous acclaim, expectations for the 2020 sequel were sky high, and boy were audiences disappointed.
I should probably go and figure out how a stone brought my boyfriend back in someone else's body.
Outside of performances by leading ladies Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig, viewers found little to enjoy in Wonder Woman 1984. Some felt its messaging was heavy-handed and overshadowed the story, while others criticized its convoluted plot and sluggish pacing.
He's great, but all I see is you.
The film grossed around $169 million worldwide, against a reported $200 million budget, resulting in major financial losses. Not that the COVID-19 pandemic did it any favors. Gadot's badassery notwithstanding, lightning didn't strike twice here.
You must be the hero. Only you can save the day.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call? Preferably not the female Ghostbusters.
There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
This reboot faced backlash long before it hit theaters. The cast, including comedic heavyweights Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, brought their A-game, but it wasn't enough to save the movie from criticism over its perceived wokeness. Many fans saw the all-female lineup as forced, and felt the film leaned too heavily into the feminist factor, rather than honoring the original franchise.
You did it, huh? Yeah, you did it. Yeah. We all did it.
Ghostbusters also underperformed at the box office, ultimately costing the studio over $70 million. In the end, some argued this beloved 80s classic might have been better left in the afterlife.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Are there any other movies you think went woke and flopped? Let us know in the comments.
What do you mean, thank you all? No, where's my cashola? Where's my cup?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.